What's up everybody and welcome back to another one of my tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about laning phase as a support. We will be covering basic things such as analyzing your lane, using your advantages, zoning, and some other useful information you might not have known about. This guide is going to be mostly aimed for you bronze and silver players out there, or those higher up and want to get the hang of support. Before we get started here, I just want to let everyone know that we hit 100 subscribers since last video. I just want to thank you all for the support and love you have given. It really means a lot. And if you guys have any feedback or suggestions for next video, please leave comments down below. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is analyzing your lane. Knowing your own and your enemy's strengths and weaknesses is key to coming up with strategies to win. Three major things I look for when examining my lane is to examine your own and your enemy's ability to sustain, poke, and engage. While I'm not going to break down all of the supports in the game, I am going to go through a few. First up we have Soraka. Soraka has a lot of sustain with her spammable heal, but does not provide very much poke or any engage. You're not going to win a lane against Soraka just by poking the enemies down, so I would suggest trying to find a hard all-in engage on them if you do decide to fight. Secondly, we have Leona. Leona has no sustain at all, very little if any poke, but is able to hard engage very well. If I was playing against a Leona, I would do my best to poke her down, as she'll probably not want to risk an all-in if she's at 50% health. The last support I'm going to be talking about is Lulu. Lulu has no sustain, lots of poke, but her ability to engage is kind of lacking. If playing a sustain champion, this lane shouldn't be too difficult, but if you're playing a hard engage support, your best chance lies to all in when you have the appropriate advantage. Now, I'm not saying all lanes are like rock, paper, scissors, like sustain beats poke, poke beats engage, and engage beats sustain, but it's good to be aware of your enemy's strengths and weaknesses, and what your possibilities are to beat them. Some other things to be aware of are cooldowns, auto attack range, and power spikes. The best way to know your enemy's cooldowns is to have played the champion that they're playing, so put yourself in their shoes. An example of this is Blitzcrank's hook. Cooldown level 1 is 20 seconds. So once he uses your hook, this leaves a 20-second gap where you can get off free damage off without worrying about getting hooked. Auto attack range is also a huge factor. Leona, for example, isn't ranged, and she isn't going to be able to dash to you unless she has leveled up E first, making her vulnerable to free damage from your own auto attacks if you're playing someone ranged. Finally, we have power spikes. Not all AD carries and supports are equal throughout the game. Some of them have power spikes. An example of this is when Corki completes his Triforce or Vayne completes his Blade of the Ruin King. They are both at something called a power spike, where they are usually significantly stronger than the opposing AD carrier support. A support example of this is Annie. At level 6 she power spikes because of her AoE plus base damage of Tippers, which can allow you to burn summoners of your opponents or even get a kill. We talked about a few advantages in the last section, auto attacks and power spikes, but here we're going to be talking about what I think is the most important part of laning phase if you can abuse it. We're going to be talking about level advantages. Here I have some video footage of me playing Morgana and using my auto attack range against Alistar, and also us hitting level 2 first, and I'd be using it versus this Jinx here. And we'll go in more detail in a second, so here, let's watch the video. So as you can see here, I'm playing Morgana versus Alistar, and I have an auto attack range advantage on him. So as you can see, I'm auto attacking him whenever he gets in range, and just getting that free damage off. Soon after this minion wave dies, I'm going to be landing a Q on Jinx, just because we have she steps up a bit too far, and we get a lot of free damage on her. Unfortunately, we step up a bit too close, we get knocked up by Alistar. To get to level 2, it takes a regular wave, so it's 6 minions, plus 3 melee minions. So as you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3 melee minions, and they'll be going down soon. As that last one is about to die, I step forward, and I level my E quickly using Control E, and I land a bind on Alistar. Our Sivir steps a bit too close here, but we do win this trade. So as you see here, we get a lot of free damage off on Jinx, and she gets to like around 100 health, and that's a huge advantage to us in lane. So quickly we're going to talk about what is level 2 advantage and how to get your level 2 advantage. So level 2 advantage happens when you're level 2 and your enemy is still level 1, and you get that advantage by getting those 9 minions before the enemy. So that's 1 wave and 3 melee minions again. So how to get level 2 first. You need to push harder than the enemy. And I know as a support, sometimes you can't really control that, and some AD carries get mad when you touch their minions. You know, don't worry about that. Hit those minions. You know what's up. You're the smarter player. And so as you can see here, I'm playing Thresh, and we're playing against a Fiddlesticks and a Sivir. We're trying to push as hard as we can, trying to get that level 2 first. I'm using my range to get a bit of auto attack damage on Sivir. So here we need to get 3 minions before they do, so I'm going to help Ash here get that level 2. So I'm helping push, helping push, helping push, and she's last hitting. So to level up quickly, you press Control and then whatever ability you want to level up next. And see here I step up just as I'm about to hit level 2. Flay him back, land my Q, ignite, and we're going to actually flash for the kill here and we're going to get it. So as you can see, level 2 is a huge factor and maybe a deciding factor in your lane. Next up, we're going to be talking about level 6 advantage, and not all supports have that level 6 advantage. For example, Janna and Lulu, they don't really have much like of an all-in level 6. They're more of a counter-engage type supports. But for Thresh and Leona, they really have that power spike. So there's not really a way, like a certain amount of minion counts you get to level 6. You just kind of watch your experience bar in the bottom left-hand corner. So when you hit 6, like the minion before you hit 6, you want to start walking up to them. And then as you see here, I try and flay back Sivir when I hit 6. I kind of screwed up. I land my hook, and then Ash follows up with an arrow. We burn both summoners of Sivir, and that's a huge advantage for us. So whenever we decide to engage again, we have that little summoner spell advantage. Another advantage you could have is items, and so if your AD carry is farming better than the other AD carry, and you come out with a BF sword, and while the other enemy AD carry comes out with a pickaxe, you will have a better trade, you will have a better all-in because of that extra little AD that you have. It's also the same with you, so if you have a Sightstone compared to the Ruby Crystal, you're going to get that little bit of extra health. So be careful of item advantages or item disadvantages. Keep on pressing that tab button to look at your enemy's builds and your own builds. Another advantage you might have, this might not be happening if you're solo queuing, but maybe if you're duo queuing. So here I'm playing with my friend. As you can see here, I have a lot of communication with him. So let's just gonna let this video play out because I don't want to speak over my own voice.
Watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ready? We have advantage. Oh!
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, I'm low.
Oh!
Oh god.
Yeah, I dodged that spear that time?
Yeah, Quinn,
Yeah.
I need you, Quinn, I need you. You don't need to be duo queuing either to have that communication with your AD carry. Just a few words in your chat could mean a lot. So like, push to level 2 first, and then I'll go all in. Or I'm about to hit 6. Just those little communication keys can make the difference between being a good bot lane and being a great bot lane. Let's talk about zoning for a bit. Zoning is the act of applying pressure by being a threat. You're not going to have that pressure if you're standing behind your AD carry because you're not going to be able to land that Morgana bind, that Thresh hook, or your Braum Q. You need to be in a position where your enemy laners are always going to be scared of you. Likewise, they're not going to be very scared of you if you miss every single skill shot. So make sure all your skill shot counts and let them know how scary you can be. At the same time with zoning, you can't be in a position where you're going to get hit with a lot of poke or you're going to be taking free damage. Always be conscious of like your health and where you are and where you're positioned. So you can't be too overextended at the same time. It's kind of the balance of being passive and being too over aggressive. The last thing in this video I'm going to be talking about is some tips that you can do to boost your team and yourself. And so when one of your laners get a solo kill, it's usually a big thing for them, but it's an even bigger thing if you compliment them. And you don't even need to see the play, you just should like type in chat like, wow, nice solo kill, or good job guys, or just little compliments to help them out, because that encourages them to play better and keep their high level of play up. As a support, you're not going to get very many compliments. You're not going to get very many good job or nice play or nice whatever. So you need to be the one to boost yourself, and so here I have a little video of me cheering as I make a little Morgana play. As this video rolls out, I just want to thank you guys again for all the support you have given, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot. And finally, I just want to say, I know I didn't cover warding or I didn't cover roaming in this video. I'll be coming out with those videos next week, so please stay tuned. I'll post them to our Summoner School. You can also find them at the Test Subjects website. So thank you again, and I hope you guys have a great day.